What is up, boys and girls? Mike, can you hear me? Giga Chad, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear.
All right, perfect, perfect. So we're gonna get started here in a few, boys and girls. Put the kids in the closet, get your paper and your pen. I'm excited to sit down with Tony. So, guys, we're gonna keep it super informative, but we're also gonna have fun tonight too. So, sit back, relax. We're gonna ask Tony a bunch of questions tonight. We already have a ton of questions to ask him. So, give us just a few minutes. Tony should be here in just a few, and then we'll get started.
Also, guys, we're going to be hanging out in the waiting room and the AMA questions channel under the welcome section of the Discord. If you guys want to follow along in a text format as well, we're hanging out in there and typing as we go.
Hey, what's going on, Josh? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, absolutely, man. We're excited to get started. From what I understand, Tony will be here in just a few. Is that correct?
Yeah, I believe so. I'll ping him now. We'll see where it's at.
So, too, guys, tonight we're gonna do something a little different than we did yesterday. I know yesterday we didn't bring anybody on stage. We actually got Pandek, who is one of our moderators. He's gonna help us field some questions tonight, and then we're more than likely gonna bring a few people on stage as well, just so you all get an opportunity to come up on stage and ask Tony some questions. So, get your questions ready, like Mike said. Go hang out in the chat. Get with Mike at Alpha Status Stocks and Rich at Alpha Status Stocks. Go ahead and get some of your questions submitted, and we're gonna bring some people up on stage tonight as well.
Tony said he'll be here in about 2 minutes, so we should be right on time.
Awesome. Sounds good. Well, everybody just sit tight, and we're going to start here in a few.
Josh, make sure you rub it in Tony's face that he's the one who's late this time.
Well, guys, that only makes sense. I mean, he is the most. I mean, excuse me. I am the most. He is the second most tan tatted and Jack Man inside of this Discord. So I mean, I get it, guys. You know, he's a little late today. Also, too, guys, I just do want to announce that if you didn't know, the co-founder of this project, Warrior Alliance, was made by a fellow citizen. See, we got a couple Neo Tokyo citizens inside of the audience tonight. So, guys, Chris was not able to make it tonight. However, I just did want to let everybody know, of course, that Chris is the co-founder of this project. I've been speaking with him, and he's super sad that he wasn't able to make it tonight. He's actually on a flight right now, so we won't be able to hear from Chris tonight. But he did want to say, he wishes he could be here.
There's a poll in the Warrior Familia channel. Anyone who wants to take a look and vote on who's the most tan-tatted jacked individual in this Discord, go ahead, go take a look.
Van Dyke, that's going to be a blowout. We all know who's going to win that one. Speaking of that, guys, I think Tony just sent an invite, so he should be coming up on stage any minute now. Oh, there he is. Speaking of the man himself, the second most tan-tatted and jacked man inside of this Discord. What's going on, Tony? How you doing, sir?
What's going on? What's going on, everybody?
Hey,
Pleasure
Tony,
to
we're
be here.
super
Can you
excited
guys
to
hear
have
me?
you over here in the Alpha Status Discord. So, guys, since it's 7 o'clock, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Tony, I know a lot of people over here in my audience. They're big in the stock market. This is their first NFT. So, getting this started, I really just want to start on base one. What really motivated you to start this Warrior Alliance project, and can you just kind of go over the basics for everybody?
So I think it really actually stemmed. Chris was the one who actually came to me about NFTs. He explained to me what it was maybe about 6 or 7 months ago. And I realized, after being able to be fortunate enough to become a Call of Duty character, how it changed my brand, how it affected me, and every aspect, right, in the gaming industry. I said to myself, with these NFTs, what if I could give that same ability to just random people that wanted to play a game, love the game, and they're able to play either as themselves or as an avatar in their preferred image, right? It originally started off with that, and then it spiraled into pretty much what it is today, um, which is like all the crazy stuff we've added to it. But at the end of the day, it's pretty much being able to give back to a community, give as much, how can I say this, as much utility as we possibly can for supporting a project. And everything that the project is all about is just giving back and being able to give back to our supporters. So as an influencer for many years, over a decade now, you always want to give back to your core group of people that have supported you since the beginning, and that's the goal, right? I want to be able to say, if you were in this project early on, if you're in our project, when a year comes down the line, a year and a half, we want to be able to take care of you with passive income, being able to stake your stuff, being able to rent out your game, and or just play a game that you love and being able to make a living playing a game that you love. I think that's what it comes down to at the end, Andrew. You know what I'm saying? Uh, if you have these NFTs, you're going to be able to say to yourself, even if you're a kid or an adult, you can say, I can make money doing something that I love to do. And if you love what you're doing every single day, then you never work a day in your life, right?
Man, Tony, you got everybody excited already talking about passive income. We're gonna hit on more of that in just a minute because that's the real alpha when it comes to NFTs. Because I believe so many people in our audience. I know when I tell people like guys, these JPEG images they have the ability to generate passive income. People look at me like I'm absolutely crazy. So I guess Tony, what I want to hit on next, in your personal experience and your outlook, where do you think crypto adoption and NFT adoption is going to be like, a year from now? And how do you think NFT, share the same thesis as me that NFTs are absolutely going to eat the internet over the next year and a half? Is that kind of your outlook as well?
Oh, 100%. 100%. I mean, guys, we are in the wild, wild west of the NFT world right now. I mean, I believe we're still in the wild, wild west of the crypto world, and the crypto's been around for quite a long time. And it's so new right now, and the space is changing every single day. And as it starts to get mass adoption and mainstream in a year, and 2 years, and 3 years, I mean, the possibilities are limitless, Andrew. They really are. And in gaming and in being able to transfer it into the real world, that's what it's really going to be. And then not only transfer what the digital asset is or what an NFT asset is into the real world, right? To a real product, but at the same time being able to create an entire brand life industry in the metaverse, jobs. I mean, it's just, bro, it's limitless, bro. It really is. It really is. And to me, it's the future, 100%. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. And to be honest with you, I kind of want to hit on that. You said the NFT space is like the wild, wild west, and I agree with that. And I know so many people are scared to get in this space because there's, so many scams are going on. I mean, Jesus, I get 100 DMs inside of my Discord every single day from NFT projects, and all of them seem like a scam. And to be honest with you, that was one of the biggest reasons why I decided to bring Warrior Alliance to my subscriber base, because I kind of looked at the leadership team. I seen, there's one of the fellow citizens, Chris. He's part of this project. You're a part of this project as well. It just seems like you really care about the community. And like, just for everybody in the audience, I want you to understand how important that is. You always want to take a look at the creators of the project and really know, are they trying to do this for the community, or is this just another cash grab? Because we see so many cash grabs in this space right now. Now, Tony, from a little birdie told me that we have the custom warrior builder, and I think it just rolled out. Do you have an announcement for us tonight, Tony? We're just about where the warrior builder is at currently right now.
Yes. So actually, once we finish with this AMA, the builder will be live. Okay. So one thing I do want to say. So we had planned to make the builder live on Sunday of this last week. Right. Obviously, in innovation and in technology, when you're doing something that's never been done before, okay, because what our builder is something that no one has ever done. There isn't a single project that has made NFTs customizable the way that we have. And the reason why I wanted to do that and why it was so important for me to do that is because I believe that as a character in a video game or as a character in the metaverse or as your avatar or for whatever it is, there has to be some kind of personal connection, right? And the only way that you can do that is by you being able to pick certain aspects of what represents you in that digital asset, right? So we decided on Sunday, we ran a bunch of tests. Some of the things were not there, and I'm gonna take a little bit of blame on that, mainly because number one, I'm a goddamn perfectionist. I wanted everything to be fucking right. I didn't want to put the builder out and there was a couple things that were off, bugs here, bugs there, and then it becomes 3 times worse, right? That was number one. Number two, I added attributes. I added more attributes later on because I just wanted people to have more of a chance to pick other different things, right? I wanted as many things as possible. So anybody, regardless of what color you like or this or that, there was options for that, right? I and that was my mistake. I brought it on a little bit later on when all the original assets were on, and we could not. It was just we just couldn't do it fast enough, right? So I take full blame on that. I take the hit on it, and but testing and testing and testing and testing and testing, we were able to after a few days say, okay, now we've gridlocked this thing. Now we've done it, and we're gonna be able to build it. The builder is going to be live as soon as this AMA ends. Now, guys, I want to say something real quick. The builder will only be available on desktop. It will not be live for mobile. Okay, mobile has too many issues with it when you're talking about iPhone and Samsung and all these different things. So we kept it to PC for desktop. So make sure you get on your desktop to be able to use the builder. Okay. Plus, it's a way better interaction, functionality. Everything is a lot better. But yes, that was the big announcement we have, and I'm kind of glad. To be honest with you, I'm kind of glad that it happened today, Andrew. And that way, everybody after today, they're gonna be like, man, we're gonna be able to finally get our NFTs and our custom warriors.
Yeah, exactly. And the way I think about it, Tony, is like, if you deliver on all your promises in a year from now, nobody's going to forget that the builder launched 3 days or 4 days late. And to be honest with you, from my perspective, I would prefer that it get rolled out correctly. So, yeah, I mean, for everybody in the audience, like Tony said, these things are brand new. We're in the wild, wild west. This kind of stuff has never been done before. So, of course, there's going to be small pushbacks, guys. But again, we're looking at the long term process. And for me, we're definitely going to, well, before we get into that, here's my next question for you, Tony. So, we got the builder coming out after the AMA. That's super, super exciting. My next question for you is for the next 30 to 60 days, kind of what's your timeline? What's your roadmap looking like? What can we expect next out of Warrior Alliance?
Oh man, Andrew, that's a good question. We got quite a bit of things lined up. We got supply drop boxes, cargo boxes, survival boxes coming to you. We got the token are going to be our tokens going to be launching. We have weapons that are going to be launching. We have armed vehicles that are going to be launching. I want to build an entire ecosystem with your character. That was always my plan. So you're going to not only be able to customize some of your your character stuff, but you're also going to be able to customize some of your weapon stuff and some of your vehicle stuff. I had a vision that I want somebody to play this game, whoever's playing this game, to be able to say, man, I'm proud of what I picked for all these different things. Like, I love my gun. I love the colors of my gun. And then at the end of the day, for me, the future is for, let's say you do get tired, because you buy a car today and in 3 years you're tired of that car, right? You want a new car. Well, what if you do make a character now? Maybe at a later date you're going to be able to change the color of your armor or change the armor at a later date. That's the whole thing about this. It's an evolution that I'm trying to build with this game, and there's so many things that are coming, man. I mean, just like there's some stuff I can't talk about. My team won't let me. They're like Chris, and you know how Neo Tokyo is. That world where it's like not everything is hush hush and everything is, and we're almost like Chris. The mentality is the same way. So I always have my hands tied on what I can and cannot say, and sometimes I fuck it up actually, and I say more than I'm supposed to, and then I get screamed at later on. But it's okay, I try my best to give you what I can, and I sometimes take things that we originally planned for, and then we changed it to make it a little bit better. Because that's what this is. It's a process that every single time we decide on something, right? We make a decision on something, but then someone in the team comes up with something a little bit better for the community, right? We're gonna change it. We're not gonna just leave it like that and say, no, this is better, but it's gonna be harder. No, even if it's harder, we're still going to work our asses off if we can approach something that's going to be better for our community. That's maybe, I don't know, make more money or more efficient, a better looking something, cosmetic. I don't know what it is, but we're always just trying to further down the line develop everything. But so there's a lot of stuff coming, man. Ton of stuff.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, Tony, I worked in management and ran businesses for the past 10 years of my life. And to be honest with you, every successful company that I've either led or worked for always had that same mentality. You want to get better every single day, and you want to try and improve. So you constantly are changing the game plan. You're constantly changing the roadmap. And I know this question is going to come up because there's so many people inside of Alpha Nation Discord that has a Genesis NFT. So the big question I know that's going to come up for the Genesis NFT, all of these supply boxes and weapons and everything that's going to be rolled out next, all of the Genesis NFT holders will have full access to every single NFT drop in the future. Is that correct?
When you say full access, like yes, absolutely. If you're Genesis, so the Genesis will have number one priority over everyone else, obviously. Depending on what tier, because remember we have Ultra Legends and regular Legends, and then we have Genesis Legends and then secondary Legends, and there's a lot of different things. Obviously, we have an announcement where it explains everything in detail. But yes, they will have access to everything, and they will be first in everything. Meaning, like if you have a Legend Genesis, you're going to be on the private whitelist of the new Legends of the new main collection, right? And then when these new things come out, like these cargo boxes and all that, depending on what you're holding, will be depending on the yield that you're going to be getting for your staking, right? So if you have an Ultra Legend, your staking yield is not going to be the same as like a regular Legend, right? There's going to be different tiers to that, and all that is coming down the road. It's coming down the pipe, So what you have will determine on your staking ability, how much tokens you're airdropped, who's getting a free mint, who isn't getting a free mint, who's going to have to pay for some of the cargo drops, and so on and so forth.
All right, so here's the big question. As soon as you hit on that, I wanted to ask this question next. So If you have a Genesis NFT right now, we all know that this is going to yield passive income, and that's a big goal for the community. How do we know how much yield? Is that something that you can speak about? How much yield that our NFTs will hold? Is it going to be a combination of NFTs you hold? And all those that are listening, I want to give every single one of you an example. I'm a big part of Neo Tokyo, and we didn't know how much bytes, which is the cryptocurrency token for Neo Tokyo, we didn't know how many bytes we were yield until we got the vault drop, which was the next NFT drop, right? And then we really didn't even know until after we actually started staking. Is it going to be very similar with Warrior Alliance, where we're not going to know how many tokens we're going to yield every single day or weekly or whatever the case may be until later on down the line? Or is that something that, we'll know here shortly?
What do you think?
I
My
don't know,
co-founder,
Tony. That's why I'm
my
asking.
my co-founder's a Neo Tokyo citizen.
Yeah, that's very true. I figured that was going to be the answer, but I had to ask, and I knew there was going
I
to be
know.
people who ask that
You
question.
know what it is, bro. If it was up to me, man, I would tell you guys everything. That's true. I would be like, hey, this is what it is. But apparently, this space, this industry, or like the community, they like, for some reason, they like to be in the dark. Or is it just me, Andrew? Am I wrong? Like, the people like surprises in this space. They like to be like in suspense all the time. And Chris, I think, understands that. He likes to how can I say, I don't want to say it backwards, right? He likes to under promise and over deliver, right? Is that the right way? I think that's what I'm saying,
Yeah,
right?
you literally
Uh,
took the words out of my mouth. I was just about to say under promise and over deliver. I feel like that's Chris's mindset. That's his game plan for the rest of the year. And we're all like in the gray area. We don't know what's coming and we all want to know. But I mean, to be honest with you, I do think that's one of the things that made Neo Tokyo so, successful in the very beginning. We all got kept in the dark. We all had to work hard. We all had to have this belief. And then we believed in the team and then we got rewarded in the end. And I think that's what makes it such a close knit community. Uh, so really, I wanted to move over to the next question. Mike, I hope you're listening over there. I know you don't have any questions that you've asked yet, but go ahead and get those questions ready. So from what I understand, you're going to have another drop coming soon. There's going to be 8,888 warriors coming out. Can you speak a little bit about the timeline on when that drop is going to happen?
it's gonna be soon. Sooner than later. I'm not allowed there. They're not allowing me to disclose the time on that, but you will know with ample time, like right. The way that this stealth drop worked, it will be similar, but it's not going to be where it's not going to be a stealth drop, but the Discord is going to end up shutting down, and then we're going to give a certain amount of days, and then obviously private whitelist will get first, first bids and so on and so forth. But I think I want to say that it's going to be pretty soon. It's definitely not going to be I can guarantee you this. It's not going to be a month and a half away or anything like that. It's going to be sooner than that. Which exactly the date and time I'm not allowed to say. It won't let me.
Awesome. And just so everybody knows, inside of the Alpha Discord, I got some private whitelist spots coming for you real soon. So you might want to stick around all the way to the end of this AMA. So we talked a little bit about passive income and yield, and I know those are hard things to talk about. But I know one thing we can talk about, Tony, and that's going to be the gameplay. So let's talk about the game a little bit, because I'm pretty excited to get my warrior inside of the game and actually start playing. Can you give everybody a good idea of what this game is going to look like? A little bit of the backstory of Warrior Alliance, and let's talk a little bit about the game, Tony.
So it's going to be a third-person shooter. As a lot of people know that I'm very close in the Call of Duty realm, and it's a first-person shooter. So I wanted to make it different than Call of Duty. I didn't want to go with a first-person shooter. We went third-person shooter with it. When you're talking about gameplay itself, we're probably, and don't quote me on this, but we're probably going to start off with a player versus player mode on it first, with the first beta tested version. I'm hoping, and as what you know as well as I know, when you're building a AAA game, deadlines sometimes are not met because of all the issues. But hoping to have a beta version tested phase 1 of the game by the end of the year, right? The full game, anybody that tells you that a AAA game can be built in 8 months or 9 months, they're lying to you. Okay, a full game takes AAA takes probably a few years, 2 years, 3 years, and it's going to be 7 figures. So, especially if you want to get the graphics where they need to be and the functionality of the game where it needs to be. Okay, but that doesn't mean that we're not going to be coming out with all the other stuff. Now, in the game, if you were to say to compare to some different games, You're looking at Gears of War, third-person shooter, right? You're looking at Escape from Tarkov, a little bit of RuneScape in there, if anybody knows what RuneScape is, for the vaulting and all that type of stuff. And you know, some Call of Duty tactical type stuff in there as well, right? I don't want to the characters that I have, I didn't want to just limit to like military style characters, because there are going to be a lot of people that have demigods. And I know that some of these people are going to want, something different, not just like a military style guy. So the game is not going to be limited to just that. Like, let's say, for example, a Call of Duty. We're going to try. I'm going to try to make everything possible to really create some kind of personal connection with these NFTs and the game, right? When you're building your 3D model avatar. So what exactly that's going to be, I couldn't tell you. With all those things in there, when you're talking about Gears of War, Escape from Tarkov, we're talking about Call of Duty, we're talking about some RuneScape in there, right? Then you're going to pretty much throw Ready Player One right dead center in the middle of it. Okay, when you're talking about, you have a third-person shooter, it's not going to be. I don't want to say that it's going to be a full-fledged RPG, but it is. You are going to have a PVE version of it, right? Player versus environment. If you guys don't know about that, so that is going to be part of the game where people can learn to play the game. I really, true in my heart, I want to make a free-to-play version of this. It was told to me by my game devs that is very possible. We do a free-to-play and then a play-to-earn version, and the main reason I want to do that is because mass adoption of play to earn needs to happen. Okay, I want to be in the forefront. I want to be in the tip. I want to be the tip of the spear, bringing that to light. Right. We're going to be working very closely with Geeks and Gamers. Geeks and Gamers, if you don't know who they are, they're about 40 streamers strong. Okay, in the YouTube world, and they're going to be helping design the game, helping us with the marketing of the game and all these different things. And I wanted to build the game and design a game by gamers for gamers, right? Making sure that it's a solid fucking game that people are going to enjoy playing. With that said, there is a very big disconnect in that free to play version where people are still paying for skins, paying for battle passes, compared to understanding what crypto is. The only way that you're ever going to be able to get mainstream and adopt it from mainstream, or like mass adoption, into the play to earn version of something, is to get people to really love the game in the free to play, and then seeing these streamers and seeing these big Twitch guys making real crypto and making real money playing the game. And then once they start seeing that, then they're going to start rolling onto it and say, holy shit, if he could make money doing this, so can I. And that's the goal, right? Because still to this day, from all the research I've done, there is a huge disconnect in that mass adoption compared to play to earn. Like most people, even though us, in the, let's say, in the NFT world, the crypto world, we know what Axie Infinity is, we know what Illuvium is, these bigger games, right? The big time that's coming out too. What is it, 4 billion market cap, I think what it is right now. It's Axie Infinity. It's like the mecca right now, right? I mean, the mainstream people have no idea. They've never even heard of Axie Infinity, and they're they're over $1 billion market cap. Imagine being able to get that game and mass adopting it, putting it into mainstream, like Warrior Alliance, where we're going to bring in all this mass adoption into it. And then guess what? All this mass adoption and all this branding that we're going to be doing into this game in the tactical space, in the tactical realm, all these funds, they're going to be given back to the community. We're going to be giving a percentage of these funds back to the NFT holders, back to the community. So it's not only just going to be, where you're going to be making crypto from the token, right? From like, your staking. No, we're going to actually be giving a percentage of all these brands that are going to be part of this game, back to the community. And you're going to be getting, tokens that way as well, through our crypto as well. So, it's just a lot of plans, man. I have a really large vision for this game, and I want to do things that nobody else has tried before. Now, with that said, when you're doing things that no one else has done before, you're going to hit walls. It's inevitable. Every single inventor, every single person or team that pushes the limits in any realm, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to hit walls. But at the end of the day, as long as your intention is true and you're doing things for the right reasons, you're always going to become successful. And as long as you have a solid community behind you, trusting you that you're doing everything correctly for the right reasons, there's no doubt in my mind that we can't make happen what we need to make happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
See,
Tony.
yeah,
So
that's
Mike
exactly.
here.
Two.
Andrew, let me go real quick. So Andrew or Tony, Mike here.
Yes.
First of all, huge fan, fellow vet here, 11 bang bang. You got me super excited about the gameplay. I think we could talk all day long about the gameplay. Um, what you ended on kind of goes into a lot of the questions we're receiving that has to do with like a burning of the token mechanism. You're talking about how we can play to earn. What more can you tell us about that? You've touched on briefly a little bit about the staking, but what about like a token burning? Is there going to be anything like that in addition to giving back a lot of the coins?
Oh, yes. Okay, so you know as well as I know, when you're burning tokens, what happens to the supply? It gets smaller, correct? If a supply gets smaller, what happens to the actual value of the token? Token goes up. So we are going to be embedding certain things that when you use these tokens, and it's not for everything, but when you use these tokens for certain functions, you're going to be burning some of the tokens. Now, when you burn these tokens, you're going to be receiving something in return for that. It's not going to be like, oh, you're just burning your tokens and you're losing them. No, you're going to be burning tokens for something that you want to do. What that is right now, I am not at liberty to say, but we have that set in play, right? Our team is literally like these last, I'm not gonna lie, man, these last 4 or 5 days have been pretty fucking hectic. We've been doing, probably no lie, my team has been doing 15-hour workdays trying to make this builder the best that it could possibly be, and try to make everything for the community the best as possibly can be, right? Every single time that we sit down as a team and revisit what more utility can we give these people? What more can we give them? When we talk about our token, how can we make our token the most valuable as possible so that when people are staking or when people are playing the game or when they're winning the game or whatever, the token has value and they're going to be making more money the very next day than they were making before. So yes, we are going to be doing some functions. I can't go into detail about it. They're not allowing me to, but yes, you're correct. We're going to be doing something like that.
Let me jump in right there, guys, and for everybody in the audience listening. So listen, what you've heard so far is that long term, this AAA game, it takes a while to be built, right? But we know that the token is coming out soon, right? Because I'm getting the context clues. Tony told me the token is coming out soon, right? From what I see, all right. So we know the long term utility is going to be you can use a token in the game, you can somehow burn it. What we're very interested to see is the short-term utility for the token as well until we get the game rolled out. I'm pretty sure, Tony, you can't talk about it, but I know there's probably going to be short-term utility for the token as well, guys. So I would just say I'm not even going to ask Tony the question because I know he's not at liberty to say it. But, guys, there's probably going to be short-term utility for that token over the next year until they get that token built out. Now, Tony, I don't know if you know or not, but I own an Ultra. So let's talk about demigods here. All right, what do I have to do to get a demigod? Because so many people inside of our Discord want one of these demigods. What exactly do you have to do to get one, Tony?
So we have a certain amount of legends, right? In those legends, you're going to have to hold a male and a female legend, meaning, right? So if you have two dog tags, when you go ahead and burn your dog tag for this character, this NFT character, this warrior that you're building, okay, when you build this warrior, you're going to have to get a male, one male. Let's say you have two of them, you hold two of them, get one male, one female. Now that goes for either legend, like Genesis legend, or main collection legend, right? It's both of the same. In regards to building a demigod, right? This demigod is literally, it's going to end up, you're going to be getting an NFT, and this NFT, it's going to be in your preferred image, right? Now, what does that mean per se? I cannot go into details exactly, but I'm going to say this: it's going to be in your preferred image, meaning it either can be you, okay, or it can be something that represents you. So it doesn't have to be, for example, a person. So if you build a warrior, and let's say you have a board ape, for example, we can make you a warrior that has a mask of a board ape with your board ape number on it, right? So it represents you in whichever way, and then we're gonna adopt it in that way. Now, from there, from that NFT that you have right there, that's gonna be a 1-for-1. Okay. We have some things in the works in case you ever want to like sell that demigod and all this type of stuff. Okay, I'm not at liberty to say about that, but there is going to be some stuff with that too. And that eventually you'll be able to get a 3D model rigged avatar for the actual game to play. So when you're actually playing this video game and it's a third person shooter, it's going to be that same NFT in your preferred image, your preferred likeness. So that is the goal. So you're playing as your own custom character. Just like I have my own custom character in Call of Duty, I wanted to give that ability to our holders, to our, to the people that support the project. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. So I want to ask you a little bit about the custom warrior builder because I know people are going to have so many questions about that. Everything with the demigod really makes sense, but there was one more thing that I wanted to hit on, and it was on the tip of my tongue, and then I almost forgot. So until I can remember exactly what I was going to ask, because it was very important. Oh, I
I
remember.
got you, Andrew. Yep.
Well,
Yeah, I got you
actually
if you
remember.
can.
Go ahead, Pandak.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Tony. So we want to talk about genetics. Will two ultra rares that elope? Will it make any bit of a stronger demigod by any chance, or a demigod's just a demigod? Tell us more about why an ultra matters.
So an ultra matters because there's only 20 ultra in the entire collection. Okay. I think we gave 10. All right, 10 people minted 10, right? Is that what it was for the Genesis? So there's 10. There's 10
I
more
thought it.
to go. I think. How many did we mint?
Yeah,
You
there's
remember?
20, and then you gave 10. Yeah, there was 20, I believe.
So yeah, so they're the most rare. Will you get a more rare demigod? No. Literally, if you have an ultra, you're gonna have the most rare NFT there is. Okay. Now, with that said, that ultra is going to yield you the most amount of money. On top of the fact that it is also still the most rare. You understand? So you're gonna have the most amount of perks for the ultra. Okay. Now with that ultra also comes other things that I really can't speak about, but there's a reason why it's gonna be their most rare. And that will come down the pipe, which it'll become pretty soon. We're gonna explain a little bit more why it's obviously gonna be worth the money that it's worth. But
I mean,
there is no
if you
higher
got two
tier, is what I mean.
ultras, if you got two ultras together, I mean, in theory, that'd be a nicer demigod. I mean, all that effort. Some folks are trying to go through to get that. Would that be an option down the line?
I could tell you this right now. It's not discussed because then what do we go into? If I give you if you get two ultras, right, and you make an ultra demi, what if you get two ultra demis, and then you make a god? You know what I mean? Like when we have to stop it at a certain point, right? I didn't want to keep going with it, because the more steps that we have, the more complicated it becomes, right? So we have to have a structured system, a structured ecosystem where you have, okay, these are the most rare. And this is by you holding this is worth this much money, but this is what it's giving you. And this is the reason why, if you want to make it hindsight, let's say, the ultra rare, the ultra legendary is worth whatever, $25,000, and it's giving you, I don't know, 10 grand a month or something like that, 5 or 10 grand a month. Okay, that's what it's worth because that passive income that you're getting every single day, that's what makes it so rare. So having two of them in that hindsight, that you're going to be getting double that, and it's double the worth. So the demigod per se, it's more of a where you're talking about, it's more of a personal connection in regards to now you're getting your one for one. That truly the only people that get one for ones in this industry are who? Celebrities, influencers, people with huge followings. I didn't want that. I wanted an everyday regular person to be able to have their own NFT in whatever preferred like this and however they wanted to do it. You know what I mean?
Hey guys, let me give you some quick insight. This is pure speculation on my point, but I think many people in the audience will probably appreciate this insight because guys, I've been through a lot of this in Neo Tokyo, and it's very similar. So I remember during Neo Tokyo, I was thinking about buying a more rare NFT inside of that collection, right? And I ended up talking myself out of it. And by talking myself out of it, I missed out on the opportunity to generate or to yield 7 more bytes tokens per day. Now, if you play that out in real time, guys, that's like literally close to $700 more per day. And like, I don't know, I missed out on hundreds of thousands of dollars, needless to say. So more than likely, I'm just going to speculate here. Like Tony said, these ultras are going to be yielding a higher amount of tokens per day. The demigod is a one-for-one experience. You're going to get an awesome looking NFT. But if you want own one of these ultras, pretty much what I take, and I'm speculating here, is that you're going to be generating the most amount of passive income. Now, the next question I really want to get to, because I know there's going to be a ton of questions. You said the custom warrior builder is dropping tonight. Tony, let's say I just got into NFTs. This is my first NFT. What kind of resources do you have available for me that can teach me how to use this custom warrior builder? Because I know there's going to be so many questions.
Bro, literally for the next 24 hours, our entire team is going to be answering all questions needed. We have 4 or 5 people that all of our Discord mods, everybody's going to be ready for every issue that we have. Which we anticipated it, right? We anticipated people to have questions. We anticipated people. Okay, I mean it's pretty easy. This builder, you go on it and you click. It's literally click this, click this, click this. Okay, that's what it looks like. Okay, that's what it looks like. Okay, ready, and click, boom, and it's done. Not very complicated per se, right? Itself. But
Tony,
if you need
I
help,
can explain a few things
go ahead.
about it that might be useful.
Go
It's
ahead.
gonna
Perfect. Go
it's
ahead,
gonna
Josh.
be a very simple experience. Tony's right. There's a few things that some people that haven't read through our announcements might not be aware of, which, by the way, if you do go through our announcements in our official Warrior Alliance Discord, there is a preview video of the builder that we posted a few days ago, so you will kind of see what the interface looks like. It's had some very subtle changes since, but you'll get the gist of it. The headwear, the pants, there's the potential to get animal companions, and the males have some scars you could potentially get. Those will all be randomly generated. So you won't actually see them displaying correctly when you're using the builder. When you select a faceless, which if you've read through our Warrior Alliance story and lore, you'll know that the faceless were vaccinated and they wear masks. So some of those faceless ones will display a mask, even though that might not be the actual mask you get when you finish your build. So you'll be able to change their armor, their special ability, and your gender and your um, faction, which will be pure blood or faceless. So when you guys click that upload button after we're done with the AMA here, we should be all live. You click that upload button, you'll be displayed your final NFT. So you'll have the option. You can only change what you're allowed to change, and there's a little disclaimer at the bottom that tells you that some of the assets will be randomized. Not anything you're selecting, of course, just the things that you can't choose to select. And then after a few minutes, it should be also replicated on OpenSea after the metadata uploads, and you will have your finalized NFT. But it's a very, very simple process. Right now, just for compatibility's sake, we're only supporting desktop. So if you have some sort of way to access desktop and use either Trust Wallet or MetaMask, not 100% if Coinbase is fully supported yet, but if you do have a Coinbase wallet, you can actually open that wallet in MetaMask, so you can still use the builder. If you aren't sure how to do that, ask us in our Discord. I can walk you through that. But it's very, very simple. It's hopefully gonna make a lot of people happy. I'm looking to see some people pull some really rare traits and flex those in our. We have a new channel called Warrior Upload in our Discord, so everyone can show off their warriors, and it should be a good time. I'm looking forward to everyone getting started with their build shortly after the AMA.
That is going to be a party. So everybody over in Alpha Nation, make sure, after this AMA is over, you can, their team will walk you through it. Make sure you're on the desktop, guys. I think that's one of the biggest takeaways. You can't do this on your phone. So please don't try it, guys. I know one of you in this audience is going to try on your phone. Please make sure you use desktop. Mike, I know we had quite a few more questions, so I'll let you ask about one more. Then also Pandak is up here on stage with us as well, who's one of our moderators. And then we're going to bring a couple people on stage and let them ask questions as well. Mike, what other questions did you have for Tony and the team?
I think the best question I've read all night is, am I going to have to ask my wife for a prenup before I burn my tags?
I think after when you burn these tags and you get these warriors, and I mean you guys have already seen these Genesis. They went from 0.2 ETH, went all the way to 1.5 ETH, down to I think we're at 0.9 right now. But they were holding at 1 ETH for a little while. One of the Ultra Legends sold for 5 ETH. Guys, I want to explain something to you. We haven't even made the characters yet. Okay, we haven't even made the warriors yet. Okay, we make these warriors or whatever, this main collection drops, knock on wood, everything goes well, sells out, we do everything right. Um, you can only imagine when this game drops and we start getting all the stuff, and all you guys that got in now, right? Getting in at the bottom price, getting the token at the lowest price, getting all this stuff, and this game starts to really blow up and market. And because I've been in the influencer industry a very long time, over a decade. Okay, I'm not pulling any stops on this game, guys. Everything that I've worked very hard for, I'm gonna make sure we are not gonna hold any punches on this at all. In the marketing realm, in the functionality realm, in the graphics realm, I'm gonna make sure that everybody will fucking know what Warrior Alliance is, what the game is. And when this game drops and you have all these people playing the game and all this stuff, you are the guys, everybody in here right now in this Discord, we have 195 people. If you're an NFT holder, I can guarantee you, that the prices will rise when people start playing this game, especially the free to play version. They see how good this game is. That everything it's gonna be a different level. So the short term, what everybody was talking about was like the utilities of the short term, the token, the staking, all these different things, the cargo boxes, all this stuff, all these NFTs and all these different things, right? Short term. And then we're talking about when this game becomes a reality, right? Uh, and now people are seeing the game, people are actually putting their warriors into this game, and they're seeing all these different things. The craze, I just can imagine. I get goosebumps thinking about it, and you guys are the ones that are really gonna benefit before anybody. You're the ones going to be like, yo, I started this project back in 20 in the beginning of 2022. Look at this. It's only been 6-7 months, and look at all this stuff that I've been holding hard. I've been hodling, and man, it's paid off. And that's the goal, is to be able to give you something that you're going to be proud to hold. You're going to, and this community, and what I have noticed in this space, that people are kind of like, they're very questionable, and and man, I don't know, what do you about this, about that, and stuff. So I was like, look, question anything about me, anything you want. But one thing I pride myself on is my work ethic. And I told you, I am relentless. I won't stop until this freaking game is going to be successful. I will not stop. And I will put my entire reputation on it, 100%. So I tell you this, have faith in my team, because they're all fucking smarter than I am. I can tell you that right now. And have faith in the fact that I won't stop working until we get this right, until everything comes out the way it is, and we build a solid, hardcore community. Andrew knows what that's like. He knows what it is to fucking work hard, to build a community, to build a following, and that's exactly what we're doing here. We're joining forces and building this freaking crazy ass community that is gonna run shit. I'm telling you, it's gonna run shit in the next 6-7 months.
So to answer your question, Mike, if you haven't signed the prenup yet, you're running late, my guy. Also, too, guys, I want every single body to realize, and this is kind of staying one step ahead of the trend here, right? So the big brain people know that over the next couple years, these gaming influencers are going to have a massive effect on the market, guys. Like we said, we're in the infancy stage of all these play to earn games, and a lot of people still don't understand them. Well, over the next year to two, there's going to be a lot of adoption. And what's going to be very, very key are the games that get mass adoption by actual gamers, influencers, right, inside that space. Because whatever the influencers are playing, everybody else is going to want to play it too. So what Tony just stated, and he said this a couple times now, is that he's working with these gamers hand in hand, right? He's using his network, and he's not going to stop. Guys, you have to think ahead, and you have to be ahead of the game. If we know these gaming influencers are going to have a massive effect on the market, and then Tony over here has a network of people over in his corner that is going to be playing these games, they're going to be streaming them live. Come on, guys. I mean, sometimes it's just a no-brainer, and I just kind of wanted to put that in front of everybody's eyes right there. But I know, Pandek, you have a couple people who want to ask a couple questions, so let's go ahead and bring somebody on stage and get a question for Tony.
All right, sounds good. Let me go. I'll bring up Alex Toey real quick. He's one of the people who holds an Ultra. He only got one tag, and He was lucky. There you go. So let's get him up here.
Alex is winning right now. Alex is
He is winning.
winning.
Welcome to the stage, Alex.
You hear me?
How's it going, Alex?
You guys hear? Hey, I'm doing pretty good. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, I definitely feel blessed to have gotten an Ultra on the only one. Like Andrew was saying, you know, a lot of us are new to the NFT world, and this is one of the first ones that I spent a decent chunk of change on. So I feel validated on that decision by getting the Ultra. But that's actually leads into one of my questions. I have a couple. So I know the Ultra at one point it said that it was supposed to.
Did he cut out, guys? I can't hear him.
He cut out.
Yeah, I think he cut out. Hey, Alex, we
Be
can't
more-
hear you, buddy. Alex.
Oh, he's good. He's good. Never mind.
Yeah, he keeps rugging for some reason.
All right. Yeah. Hey,
All right.
Panic, we may have to
I'll
put
keep it
Alex
moving.
down and then bring it back up a little
I'll
later.
keep it moving. Yeah, I'll
Okay.
keep it moving. Well, Alex, while you figure out the mic issue you have there, I'll bring up Rocky Raven. He's got a question for Tony. I've accepted your invite to the stage, Rocky, and the floor is yours.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
What's going on, Rocky? We hear you loud and clear.
Hey, sorry about the music there. I was just leaving the gym. I was listening to you guys, my workout music instead. It's more of a pump up than rock music right now. What's going on, guys? So my question was, Tony, I know I'm going to sound greedy, but how many are we going to be allowed to mint per wallet? I know it was 5 originally, and I was just curious because that's going to leave an odd number to be playing for demigods.
Josh, you want to go over that? Josh is going to have a better answer than I will on that.
Yeah, so if you have been in our Discord long enough, you'll know that we had some original announcements about minting limits before we even announced a Genesis launch. So the rumor on the street right now is don't hold on to any old information. We will have an official announcement on how many you can mint. I can tell you that we have taken a lot of community feedback on some people that weren't able to get into private whitelist, and want to have a fairer shot at being able to mint, so all the privates don't eat it up again. So we're taking a lot of things into consideration, and we may be adjusting our mint limits, but we will have official information on that. It will be tiered in a way where private whitelists still have very much the advantage. So if anyone is planning to mint, I still recommend grinding for private or participating in some of the whitelist giveaways, such as what Alpha has going on here, that they'll give you more details on. And also you can earn them in our Discord, and we have some information on how to do that. But yeah, I wouldn't hold on to any old information, because I can tell you that the original limit is different. I won't tell you what it's changed to, but yeah, don't hold on to the old information. We'll have an official announcement.
Okay,
And,
that
guys,
sounds
just
good.
kinda-
That answers my question.
I kind of want to hit on that as well, guys. So, well, kind of what he said there is like, and this is something I look for in NFT projects, because there was a massive project that dropped today. And what really kind of made me laugh was the amount of NFTs that people were able to mint. So you were able to mint up to 10 NFTs if you were on the whitelist. And I know this from experience in the NFT space, because again, guys, you want to be very, very safe. And you want to be watching out for projects like that, because what happens is these big whales come in, right? And they get whitelist spots, and then they start minting a bunch of these NFTs. And then after everything is listed on OpenSea, you'll see that the floor price suddenly starts to drop. And that's because these big whales come in, they mint a bunch of the NFTs, and then they absolutely pull the rug on people. So I believe the last one was 3 and 2, and I think that worked out very, very well. Just for everybody in the audience, just make sure that you're very aware. And that's a great question, Rocky, that you asked, of how many NFTs that you can actually mint. And thank you for clearing that up, guys. But I think 3 and 2 worked very well last time. I'm not gonna lie, I would love to see 3 again, because I'd like to get 3 more too as well. But guys, like you said, that announcement is gonna be coming out soon, and that was a great question to ask, Rocky. We really appreciate it.
No problem. Andrew, thanks for having everybody on, and I watch your channel regularly. Appreciate you guys as well.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah,
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you. All right, Panda, who we got next?
I
Well,
think
actually, I want to piggyback off what Rocky kind of just said and what Tony just said here too. I've read an old announcement saying that we get access to your gym if we hold a tag, right? Or in this case, if we hold a warrior.
100%, absolutely.
100%. All right, that's not old news. That's still gonna be current. Gotcha.
No, anything that has to do. So let me get this. Actually that's a very good question. Anything that has to do with my brand and real world tactical, meaning like you're going to have access. Once my app is launched, hopefully it should be good to go this coming up month or March. Once my app is launched, you're gonna have full access to my real world unleashed, all my online training programs. You're gonna have access to that. You're gonna have access to my gym. If you ever come down to Miami, Florida, you have a lifetime free access to my gym. Uh, all of my stuff when it comes to my brand itself is completely embedded into Warrior Alliance. That will not change, right? If it does change, it's going to change only for the better. I'm only going to give you more stuff, right? Anything that I've already stated in the past when it comes to real world tactical, embedding into Warrior Alliance, um, that all stays true, right? In regards to the roadmap and all that type of stuff, all the things that we said on the roadmap in regards to like the NFTs that will be attached to the real world products, right? The 10 blades, the 10 signature brass knuckles collectible, the 10 plate carriers, the 10 sets of gloves, all those different things. The 10 ETH, I believe, or 10,000 in ETH, I believe. All that's going to stay. That doesn't change, right? What he's talking about and changing are just little details here and there. But yes, if you come to my gym, you get lifetime free access. Do you live in Miami?
I personally do not. I live in Virginia.
Okay, but if you ever visit Miami, all you have to do is real easy. You just you'll reach out either to Josh on the Discord or whatever. Say, look, I'm taking a trip, or anybody taking a trip down to Miami. I would like to, be able to train at Tony's facility. I'm gonna have, by the time this is all said and done, I'll have two facilities in Miami. Actually, I have one right now that's in Wynwood, which is on the east side. It's about 10, 15 minutes from the beach. Most people, when they come to Miami, they stay on the beach. So it's about 10, 15 minutes from the beach. And then I'm gonna have one more central, which is in the city of Doral, which is about 20 minutes west of my location now. The one in Wynwood is a 13,000 square foot facility. It's 2 floors. Bottom is all fitness. Top is all MMA. And then the other one's going to be actually 25,000 square feet. So you'll have full lifetime access to both of those gyms. You just let us know when you're coming down. I'll make sure the front desk puts your name down, and you're good to go.
And we get a free hug after you knock us out. I got you.
100%. Whatever you want, we can make it happen. If I'm in town, absolutely. We'll be happy to shake your hand. Oh, and by the way, too, as well, the weekend warrior, the warrior adventure with me still stands. That has not changed. Where you're going to have one full day of tactical training with me from 9 to 5, and we'll have a dinner at nighttime, and the next day will be like oh my god, a paintball, small paintball tournament. Where you get to shoot me up and light me up. So
Yeah,
that
definitely
hasn't changed.
count me in for that one, Tony. So, hey, Tony, I know you're a busy man, and I know you got a lot of going on over there on the West Coast. About how much more time you got with us? I just want to make sure that we don't ask too many questions here. About how much longer you got with us, Tony?
I'm here until I'm needed. So we got more questions to go. I will continue to answer questions. I'm good to go, man. I will. It's 5. Yeah, I got plenty of time. Plenty of time. No issues. I have a
Okay,
show that I
awesome.
have to go later on tonight, but that's like way later on tonight. So I'm in Las Vegas right now, guys. I'm here at a SHOT Show. So
Hey,
it's actually worked out. Yeah.
so what's really funny, Tony, is I've been very vocal on Twitter saying that I could wrestle you, like no doubt in my mind, and I would win. But Mike has been really talking junk behind the scenes, and Mike is a vet, and Mike used to be a professional paintball player, and from what he said, he thinks he can shoot you, Tony. Mike, do you want to elaborate on that a little bit since we got Tony in the chat now, sir?
It's funny. I was gonna call you out on all these little wrestling competitions. I think the only way we can settle this is we need to take a short drive down to Miami. We only live a few hours north of Miami. We need to take a short trip down there and hit the gym together. We need to do the shooting competition together. And I'm gonna be honest, I got money on Tony to knock you the hell out.
Man, what?
We'll,
There's so
we'll
much,
have to see
so
about
much
that.
violence. There's so much violence in this AMA.
That is for the best content.
All right, Pandak. Let's go ahead and bring a few people up. Do you have anybody else, Pandak, that wants to come up and ask a question?
They are currently up here. Alex, I believe I heard your mic starting to work.
Yeah, I just took my headset off. So you guys hear me now?
Yes,
Yes.
clear. Way better. Way better.
All right, cool, perfect. All right, so I have a new question. Will an Ultra generate enough passive income for a house in Miami?
You know
Nah,
what?
but
I
I'm
would
just
hope.
kidding.
I would hope. Listen, you laugh, but how much passive income do you get from Neo Tokyo? Do the Neo Tokyo? So you never know. It's a
Yeah,
possibility, bro. In this space, you truly. I would not say. I would say that it is possible because nothing truly. I mean, fuck, man. I mean, people are paying, you know, $1 million for, a Bored Ape. So like anything is possible, right? Anything.
yeah. Shit, I mean, Andrew showed us that Tokyo identity is more valuable than a house, right? So,
Yes.
all right,
Yes.
but back to my real question. So the Ultra at one point was, stated as being a warrior in your likeness, right? How much
Correct.
how much do we have in terms of the builder ability to modify that, or are we just we're gonna be rolling Tony Sentmanat as our warriors? And then it sounds like there's been a lot more added to the builder, so I have a feeling there's gonna be some options to customize there as well.
Yes.
And then
So I
my
can tell you
last,
this. Go ahead.
all right,
Go ahead. Ask the next one, then I'll answer it for you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
okay. So my last question is, like I like playing Call of Duty. I'm by no means a, Twitch level talent. I'm probably better than most of my friends. Am I gonna make money just, playing to enjoy the game? Or do I have to be, like a professional gamer to make money playing this game?
No, my goal is to have levels, right, of to the game. So you'll, let's say, I don't know exactly how it is, but it's going to be like, let's say if your levels from 1 to 3, you're going to play with your level group. The higher tier guys that have built more of their character will be, maybe level 4 to 6 type of ordeal. So everybody is going to be able to make money. I can't tell you in complete detail all the different ways that you're going to be able to get tokens and get crypto playing the game. I can assure you this, that any possible way that by you playing the game that you can make crypto, I'm going to make it possible. Right now, exactly how that's going to be, I can't tell you right now because we have to literally sit down with the game dev. And because remember, one thing is a free to play, and another thing is a play to earn game. When you're attaching the blockchain to a game, everything changes, right? There's so many detail aspects that go into this, and then adding a token to it and doing all these different aspects is it's like I said, man, we're on literally on the cutting edge of what can be done and what cannot be done. But my whole goal is to give you guys as much as I can possibly give back, right? And keeping while trying to keep the token with good value, trying to keep the NFTs with good value, and obviously the game, making it good, a great game that everybody likes or enjoys to play, right? Um, so that specifics I couldn't tell you. Now the Ultra Legend for right now, the Ultra Legend uh, is going to be me for now. But there are some things in the work that I can't talk about that you're going to be able to do, right? In the as a commander, right? You're the big dog. There are going to be some things that you're going to be able to do because I got to take care of my peeps that hold me, of course. I ain't gonna forget about you. So yes, there are gonna be some things in the future you'll be able to do for sure.
All right, cool. Thanks, Tony.
Yeah.
Alrighty, we have Guzman up next. I believe Alex is done, but yeah, Guzman, if you're all set to go, go ahead, unmute your mic, and floor is yours.
Hello, hello. Thank you for this opportunity. First of all, I'm so hyped for this. This is my first project to getting into. I have heard Andrew talking about it through Alpha Stocks about Neo Tokyo that he talked about this. So I'm very excited. But please mind my ignorance. I'm still learning. But I had a question. I noticed Andrew talked about Neo Tokyo like every drop he got, I would think he was able to mint each citizen that he got, and then after a while it was beneficial to have all of them. So my thing was like, is there be any benefit for having an NFT or minted from each like tier? Like, so if you happen to have an Ultra, which I don't, but if you have an Ultra, Genesis, then I think it's the 88 regular Legends, all that. If you happen to have one from each one, would that be some type of benefit maybe down the road to have all of them?
There's always going to be a benefit to having another NFT because each NFT will yield its own utility. So you're going to get a yield for each one you hold, right? And each one is going to get its cargo box or its ordeal. So each one's going to come with its own how can I say drops, right? So if you get a premium, it's going to have its drops. If you get a standard, it's going to have its drops. If you get a legend, it's going to have its drops. So yeah, absolutely. And then when as you get further along, let's just say you want to do different things with your NFTs depending on what they are. You may, if you hold a premium or a standard, you may say, hey, you know what, I want to put them in the training bureau so that other people can play and I can make a percentage off of them. But you know what, with my legend, I rather stake my legend because my legend, I'm gonna get a better yield off my legend, right? Because you paid a lesser price for the standard premium, but yet at the same time, you're still making money off of them, off someone else using them, but you're holding them, right? So there's a lot of different things that you can see, and then you see which one is going to give you the most amount of utility, right? The most amount of feedback. So it's up to you, man.
Yeah, great
Gotcha.
question, Guzman. And I want to piggyback off of that because you just asked a very good question, which brings me to back to Neo Tokyo. I had to take all 4 of my NFTs, put them together, which is the staking mechanism, and then I was able to yield. So, Tony, can you speak about that? Is it if you have a Genesis now, or do you just need to hold that one NFT, or is the staking process going to be where we get future drops, we have to hold on to those, and then we have to stake those? Is there I don't know. Can you speak on that, Tony?
Yeah, I can't. I almost did. I almost like, and I remember I'm not allowed to speak on that. Put it this way, it will behoove you to hold. It will behoove you to hold. And I
So
made that
Guz,
apparently clear. Yeah, I made apparently clear when the first group of people that like tried to flip our NFTs right off the back. We were like, oh, by the way, yeah, just letting you know, there's some Ultra Legends. And one of the people that just flipped it, I remember there was one person that flipped an NFT, and when the person that bought it realized that they bought an Ultra Legend, and that person ended up selling it for a cheap price and realized how much it was worth afterwards. So yes, I would definitely hold everything.
Well, I've got people who are asking me questions to ask on the stage, so I mean, I'll just fire away until someone tells me to shut up. But I mean, you ready, Tony?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
All right. So we have a staking question from James. When staking characters, weapons, vehicles, etc., do we need to pair them with ETH or a token on the ETH blockchain to stake them, or like staking as a pair? Is that something that we have information on at the moment, or TBD?
We do not have. Yeah, I don't have that yet. I can't disclose that information. That's more for my developer. He's gonna have a little bit more insight on that. So that will come soon. As soon as once just to let everybody know, once we end up dropping our token and all those things, all the questions when it comes to staking and all this different type of stuff, that is gonna come like boom. It's gonna come quick. You know what I mean? So most of those questions when it comes to the staking, I know you guys want to know a lot about the staking, and I would too. I'm telling you right now, my team will not allow me to disclose any of that information. You know what I mean? I could tell you that, to be honest with you. I don't want to even bullshit you.
yeah, absolutely.
got
We understand that completely. One thing I do want to ask, one second, Pandak. One thing I really want to ask is, the token, just so we're all clear, and you may or may not be able to say this, but I know it's going to be rolled out here soon. That token, though, we'll have the ability, if we want to continue to invest in that token, we'll have the ability to do that. And can you say if it's going to be dropped, is this going to be a token that's dropped on Dex tools, or can you disclose that yet, Tony?
I cannot disclose that. That is not on the. Yeah, I can't. Not yet. I'm gonna tell you this, so it'll be soon. It'll be soon though. Guys, I'm telling you, once this main collection drops, things are gonna be coming so fast. It's scary. It really is. It's scary. So, and it scares me when I look when I look at the paperwork. It scares me. I'm not gonna lie. Things are gonna be coming. They're gonna be coming at 100 miles an hour. And hold on, put your seatbelt on, and hold on because it's gonna be a hell of a ride. That's all I can tell you. You know what I mean? And a lot of the information is going to be dropping, and it's going to be dropping quick. So it's going to be like an updating, pretty much how you guys have seen that we try to do. I try to update you guys with everything all the time. Anybody that is in the Warrior Alliance Discord, and I say this mainly more for the people that belong, that are on this Discord and not Warrior Alliance, right? That are listening in right now, and they're not part of the Warrior Alliance community. So you understand, I'm on that Discord every single day talking to my community. When I make a mistake and I fuck up, I'm the first guy that's gonna come on there and be like, yo, I messed up. It's my fault. I apologize. Um, this is the reason why, whatever it may be. I'm not gonna hide behind anything. And if I gotta do an AMA on the Discord and say, hey, look, this is the reason why, here are your questions, hit me with whatever you have, and I'm gonna try to answer it the best of my ability. I'm not like a lot of these other founders that they go ghost for freaking 3 or 4 days. If I go ghost, it's because I'm working and I'm trying to get stuff done for you, right? So when we didn't hit, the builder didn't hit on Sunday, I came Monday morning and I'm like, hey, look, I messed up. It was my fault. I take full responsibility. That's how I was brought up, right? Owning up to your mistakes. That's the best that I could do as a grown man, as a grown adult, right? And being part of the community. When I remember when before the Genesis launch would come out, everybody was like, "Man, we're grinding for this level 3 to get on that private whitelist." And the truth is that I was on there every day with everybody, grinding with them, talking with everybody, because I wanted to know what it felt to try to get to level 3 and work my ass off, on there to see, if I could do it and I own 4 businesses and I was on the Discord all the time, then that's like when people complained about it, I'm like, yo, I'm here with you. I'm in the trenches with you. There's no excuse. You know what I'm saying? And that's all you could do. There's nothing else, other than that. I think I want to rant a little rant there, but I hope I answered the question there. Sorry.
I mean,
That's all right. I think
that's
you
pretty
answered the
good.
question pretty well.
Okay, good.
Um, I,
We are going on about an hour, so for all I know you got a ton of questions over there. Think about the 3 best questions you got. We'll ask Tony 3 more questions, and then after that, we'll probably go ahead and put it into the AMA. I mean, we've been going on for a little over an hour, so get the 3 best questions you got, sir.
Gotcha. I'll burn one of the ones I got on me, and I'll bring up one of our Patreon members, Jamel0603. I invited you to the stage, Jamel, if you want to accept. All right, while he's getting on up here, I wanted to clarify with everyone on the stage here, and while everyone's in this AMA, they hear it from both, yourself and Josh. There is no advantage at all to hold a Genesis tag, correct? The only reason you'd hold a Genesis tag is because you believe a year from now you'll sell it to some celebrity for an obscene amount of money, and somehow factor in all the missed airdrops you missed to cover that.
Yes.
So
I
yeah.
don't. I can tell you this. I don't recommend that. I don't recommend you leaving that as you could. There's nothing wrong with doing it, but if you do that, you're not going to yield all the benefits that you get from holding a warrior, right? Trust me when I tell you that by you building your warrior, it's in the future when someone wants to do something to your warrior, right? Hint, hint. They're going to be able to do things to make the warrior how they like it. Okay, I'm not going to elaborate like in details on how we're going to do that, but that's the goal, right? So let's just say there are going to be certain traits that they're going to be able to say, just like in Call of Duty, where you can go and get a battle pass and pay for a battle pass, and you got like a new skin on your AR, or you get a new color or new this or new that. Well, there's a good possibility that we're going to be embedding that into this game. You know what I mean? Or into the NFT collection as well.
I gotcha. On that topic of the builder and all that, because I mean, what it is the hint is, I mean, you just pay a fee to, change it a little bit to your liking. And I'd assume that'd be
You
the
said that.
in-game token. Yeah, I
You
said
said
that,
that.
not you. I did. Josh, not to put you on the spot, brother. I know we've had some talks. I highly recommend you join the voice chats when you can, and then sometimes a mod might come by. Maybe Josh might come by, just to have a little chat. What is it? I know that I asked the question for the demigod, the 3D rendering and all that. I do really love my lambskin wool hat and pea coat. I wanted to have that rendered with me in the game. Is that still something that could happen, or is that a old news that can't happen at
No,
all?
as a demigod,
Yes, as a demigod.
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
Oh, so I
Oh,
could have
hat?
my awesome coat. Yeah, well, I'd sacrifice whatever cosmetics I could possibly have, but I'd love to have my awesome hat on there, and it's this little traveler's hat.
Yes, that's not going to be an issue. I'm telling you, like these demigods, I'm gonna bust my ass to make sure that people have something that they're happy with. You know what I mean? And a hat is easy, bro. It's cake.
And
You know?
I'm assuming that that'd be great. I mean, I told everyone that it's like a custom tailor because this is gonna take work to get done.
Yes,
I know
yes,
in Q1 you have all this listed, all these goals to be achieved. And we don't have anything for Q2, Q3, Q4, but 6 to 8 months, let's say a year, to get a working game out. That dead time there is maybe you guys trying to get the demigods out because you said one to
correct.
one.
Yes, correct. So
So
those like during this entire process, once we're done with the main collection, everything goes good with the main collection, then we get these drops done and all that type of stuff. All that once we're claiming these demigods and getting all that's going to be already in the works. While you're able still to stake your NFT, still making money, still making passive income. There's still going to be utility, short-term utility on it before the game, all these different things. So it's going to be there, now. But yeah, people have to understand, um, you know, having a demigod NFT isn't hard, right? That's not really hard to do. It takes a little bit of time. But I'm sorry, I hear the echo. Building a 3D model rigged character that's kind of like custom, right? Where it may not be fully custom, like, I can get you and make you a werewolf guy or something, but where it's going to be a very customized character will take time. A 3D model rig like that doesn't, I want to say the average time you're looking at is probably anywhere between a week to 2 weeks of work, rendered work, right? 12, 13, 14 days. And then obviously tweaking it here and there. What are the little problems here and there, so on and so forth. That's usually what it takes to
that's right.
make one. That's why we limited it, right? We limited the demigods to a very small number so that it wouldn't overwhelm us, and we're only going to do this one time. So, that's why it's so important to get in now.
Oh, so the demigods themselves are limited. So the next collections that come out with possible legends, they won't make a demi? Is that what's going on there?
The main collection will, but there may be other collections. I'm not talking about weapons and stuff like that. In the future, may or may not be. But after this round, after this main collection, there will only be, I believe the number is
Like
1,000.
1,200. Yeah. Yeah.
Correct. Yes, it's
A
like
little more than
1,000.
1,000.
Yeah, 1,040, I believe, right? Maybe 1,040. 1,040 demigods ever. There won't be any more. Because what happens is,
Oh,
if we continue to let people create these demigods and create these demigods, then it gets to the point where we're not gonna. I'm not gonna say, yeah, we could do this forever. There's no way. You can't keep up with that. It's just not gonna happen. You know.
So then to that point, so I'm gonna make this the final question, but it's gonna be like an all-encompassing one, I guess. I
Okay.
ran a poll. I ran a poll in the chat. I've talked to so many members of the community. Um, there seems to be a lot of people who are going to mint or build males. There's going to be a demigod imbalance, because 500 Genesis, 250 demigods, because 250 male, 250 female. But, say 400 males are created. So, I'd assume there'd be an imbalance and there'd be even fewer demigods walking around. But yeah,
Well,
I
yeah,
mean,
that's a possible. It just depends on, and I'm going to tell you like this. What if you end up deciding, when you go to claim your NFT and you don't claim it, and you're like, oh, you know what, I want to leave my demigod to when the game comes out, or I want to give somebody else the opportunity to get their demigod, right? And I don't want to, you know, I want to do something like that where I have my legends, I do my stuff, but I have my female, my male, but I want to hold on to it, and I don't want to create a. Let's say you know, it's your turn. It's your turn in the line to make that custom rigged 3D model, and you're just like, well, I don't want to claim it. I still have my NFT, but I don't want to claim it just yet for whatever reason, because there's a possibility maybe that if it's not claimed yet, it may be worth quite a bit of money when that game comes out. See the difference, right? So there's a lot of intricacies. Yeah, there's my thing. So there's a lot of intricacies that come with this, especially if you're not a game player. If you're looking at this project as an investment opportunity, right, where you're just in here to like be part of the community and make passive income staking, or let's say rent out, you know, training bureau, rent out the warriors in the game, and you want to make money that way, or whatever other utilities you want to take advantage of, but you're just not going to play the game, then it may behoove you to go a different route and say, you know what, I'm my demigod or whatever, you know, I want to sell it or something, you know, possible, not possible, hint, or whatever, but let's just go that route, right? How much do you think that it's going to be worth for a huge gamer that didn't get in the beginning, right? Like you did. And he's like, I want a freaking demigod, and there are no more. What do you think that's going to be worth to somebody? You know what I mean?
Especially if this entire community just doesn't, you know, do math and, you know, they generate fewer demigods than the maximum amount that you just gave us, that number.
Correct. It will be worth that much more. Correct. Because it will be less.
All right, boys and girls. My girl is about to beat my ass if I don't show her some attention. We've been in this AMA for over an hour. Tony, hey, I just want to say thank you so much for coming in and answering all the questions, man. I love your work ethic. I know I talk a lot of junk talking about I can wrestle you and beat you, but hey, I respect the work ethic, and I thank you so much for coming in. Guys, if you have any questions, please make sure you join the Warrior Alliance Discord. Like Tony said, his team is going to be there to help out. But with that said, guys, we're going to go ahead and end the AMA for tonight. Tony, again, thank you so much for coming out, man. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Tony.
Hey, thank you guys for having me on this Discord. You have a huge loyal following, my brother. Kudos to you. Let me tell you, let me see. Been in this game a long time. And with your following, the people that follow you, they're hardcore, man. And that's very hard to do nowadays. So
we have over
kudos to you.
163 tags for the Alpha Status family. So if
Yeah.
that shows you anything.
No, I'm telling you, it's very impressive. You know, what you created it has been you've done it the right way. You know what I mean? So want to say thank you. Anybody has any other questions, I will be in the Discord probably later on tonight. And I will be in our Warrior Alliance Discord tomorrow as well. And I'll be in and out. So appreciate the opportunity, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Tony. And for anyone else interested, we did record this whole thing. If anybody's interested or if they missed half of it or anything, I'll have a recording up in our Discord and a link somewhere. You can look for it by early tomorrow for sure. And thanks again, Tony. We greatly appreciate you coming on and taking the time to answer so many questions for us.
Yeah, one more thing, guys. You know how I do. You might want to go follow me on Twitter. Put your notification bells on because I don't know. I got about 90 more whitelist spots to give away. You might want to go retweet and like the last post that I just put out. One lucky little bastard might just get a private whitelist spot to one of the upcoming drops for Warrior Alliance. So with that being said, guys, I'll see you all on Twitter. We're going to go ahead and exit the stage here. And everybody have a blessed night.
Thanks, guys, for having us.